Okay, I got it off. So it looks like Scooby. Come on, Scooby. What are you doing down there? Scooby's trying to jam his way through here. What do you want? Come on, get out of the way. You want in there? Get in there. Scooby don't like fireworks. He's getting frustrated. Come on, get over here. Come on, get over here. Sit down. Good boy. Get your butt slid over. Yep, Scooby ain't happy camper today. Still got an hour to go. They're making all kinds of noise. Looks like all these gaskets are about the same thickness. So we'll probably wind up using the same gasket, but I'll have to trim the gears down a little bit. This one's almost double the thickness. So I'm going to put this on for now and I'll test the other one to see if it's a problem. But I'm not going to use this because I don't want it to be this thick. Okay, that's on. Put the pump back on here. Damn. Shaft is definitely some issues there. There we go. I get to put the key in there again. Once again, we're into a dark hole. Try to put this back on there. I believe it went right on. Lucked out on that. Alright. Okay. Put the thin gasket back on. Thought that was the one I used before. Well, I used both of these, so should go on. Didn't want to go. 8, 9, 10, 9.5, 9, 9.5, 10, 10, 9.5. It varies all over the place. Normal. What is? I used all these gaskets already. Why are they not fitting? Being a pain in the butt's what it is. Force it on with a cover. That's what you do. watch what I'm doing. Can you tell I'm not paying attention to the camera? And we're locked up already. Very tight. Minimum clearance there. Not exactly free, but alright, so that's not working either. And I wind up taking 2 thou off of each gear, just watch. Or this will be all bound up still and be some other issue because there's no way the gears will be hitting right now. There's something else wrong. Yep. Something else is binding this thing up because this is not the problem. We have a big gap on both sides of the gears. Pump still doesn't want to turn. It turns, but it doesn't want to. Something else is bound up. So everything we've done so far doesn't really tell us anything at all because we got a problem. Don't know what it is, but this isn't it. Now it's free as a whistle. So something is binded up on something else besides gear. We have some marks on the inside of the cover in here, but when I moved the cover out that extra 9 thou, that shouldn't have been a problem. There's got to be something else going on here. Figure out what the hell it is. Like why these gaskets went on the first time but not now. That's a whole nother problem. will come off. Alright, so what can we do here to tighten this up? Let's see. Jeez. Okay, so I shimmed it up with the lock washer. Now I can tighten the oil pump down. But nothing is, we're only doing the body. Whatever it is, it's still tight in there. Some drag on it still. Oh, it didn't like that. Yeah, it don't like when I do that. Yeah, it doesn't like when I beat on it. That really pisses it off, actually. I don't know what it is, but it's not happy. Definitely is not happy. Whatever it is, kind of freed itself up there for now. Whatever it was, something wore itself off or something. Still got drag on it, but this direction drags, this other way it's a lot freer. Still in there though. Alright, so something is not happy. Oh, how's that, Scooby? Somebody hit you down there? Yeah, good boy. Scooby's hiding. Scooby's not happy down there. What are you doing, Scooby? Yeah, he's not a happy camper. Looks nice and free this way, but something is not free when you bolt it together. See, now we have to run it to assembled. We have to figure out what the problem is. Look for drag marks. I can see that we're tight on the gear here on the end play. But with that 9th gasket, it shouldn't have been tight. It's rubbing pretty hard right here on this corner. I don't know if you can see that. It's right up there on the edge here. Yeah, so it's hitting real hard right here. That's causing our drag. Why it's doing that, but it is. This side over here looks okay. Alright, so that's our drag issue. It's on the big gear. It's on this shaft hole here. The shaft locks up in there with a key. Burnish the lips in a little bit by rotating it through the bad area. All right. This gear here is hitting on the OD right there. That might be the whole problem with the whole pump. The rest of these things look okay. I'm not sure I'm going to get that out of there. Lopping compound I can think of, but I can't do it without cranking. I have to be able to rotate it. Pretty much have to put the motor together, mock it up, lap it in, then take it all back apart, clean the piss out of everything again for the umpteenth time, and everything should be good to go. That's what I think of doing. And I think our end play is a little tight too. Not super tight, but a little tight. I'm not sure which gears are tight, which ones aren't though. I'm not seeing no real drag marks on anything. That's more than normal. So, think of how I can go in there with a little stone and try to cut it out a little bit. Not sure how much that would help or hurt. No. I'll go see if I can find this stone. Maybe I'll do that. I'll try that first. Okay, I'm working on the gears here a little bit. I'm marking the ends of the teeth. The end of the gear with a felt tip to see if it's bottoming out on the side or if it's in the OD or something. So you hit the sides of the gears. And then I did the inside of the pump body in here. So you should be able to see what things are going to hit. I did a little bit of grinding there on the high spot, a couple of them. So I'm going to lock it back up. I got the thick gasket here. So that shouldn't be a problem, hopefully. I'll try that one first and work our way to the thinner gear if all this works. And Scooby just got hit with a key. Scooby don't like all those fireworks, do you? Where'd that key go that just hit you with? Too much slobber down here to see on the Scooby. Where'd the key go? Don't see the key. Scooby's hiding the key. Yeah, that's why we have extras. Yep, something dropped in there. Alright, well, we're going to put this whole thing back together and see what happens here. So that is until Scooby goes nuts. So he's having a lot of issues with the fireworks popping on and off around here. We're in the Mexican part of town, so they have lots of illegal fireworks here. You don't like the big banger ones. I don't like any noise at all, really, but the more it sounds like heavy thunder, you don't like it. Alright. You like that one, Scooby? That was a good one. I ground the OD on the one gear a little bit, but it doesn't. They're hard, so I can't really measure anything coming off. half a thou maybe at most. Hopefully it took off more than that, but who knows. It's starting to slide together easier. These are getting slightly easier to assemble, I guess. That's always a plus. Maybe I'm getting more practice working in the dark. One gasket. How are you doing there, Scooby? Getting pretty wet on the floor down there from him patting. Looks like a lake down there, Scooby. What are you doing? What are you doing, huh? Need to balance you. You got vibration going on. Yep. Scooby appears to be out of balance. Vibrating. What's that? Is that the rat over there? Is that a big rat over there? Is that rat doing fireworks? He doesn't even care about the rat right now. Yeah. Scooby don't like the rat anyway. Oh, back to work. We're over here working. Freed up, tighten that one up to freed it. Oh, pump freed up. Kind of backwards. You tighten nuts up and it gets freer. Look at that. Oh, I can live with that. Look at that thing spinning like crazy. Look at that. Just like it's supposed to be. Low drag. Okay, so we know the outer cover gasket's fine. The inner one's got a real thick one. I'm going to put the thin one back in there. See if that takes care of it. So it appears that the pump is a little tight on that one side. Almost like it was hit with something. The problem is on this side over here where it's protected. It was smashed in a little bit. My guess is it might have been from chroming, because chroming makes stuff warp. You alright, Scooby? The marks are still there. missed the dog goo by that much. Alright, so got no drag marks on anything right now because it's spinning free. I'm going to change out this gasket. See if we can get it out of here. You know, much work this is doing all this. It's a hell of a lot easier doing it this way than it is with the whole case assembled, which is normally how I would do it, but I knew there was an oil pump issue on this one. That's why I do it now. Otherwise I'd really be fighting it. Okay, this gasket here is shriveled back up. So I'm going to go ahead and re-silk it, put it back together and see how it works. We'll be back. Okay, we got the thinner gasket in here. Tightening up the nuts here, see how it's going to work. That locked it solid. We're definitely too tight on the inner gear in there. We know the outer gears are good. The inner gears, no way. Oh, that's a little bit tight. Just a little. Trying to get at least a couple full turns here to get a mark. So I can see what we got. See which gear is hitting. Alright. More minutes before Scooby goes nutso. He's already had enough problems already. You holding up down there, Scooby? 'That brown gasket a lot easier after I soaked it. Expand it up really nice. Oh, I'll pull that gear out of there yet. There it goes. Okay, gasket's out. Okay, so you can see how both of these gears are hitting. This one's rubbing a little more than this one. They're both hitting, so I'm going to take an extra thou off of this one. So we need to cut this one back at least 1 or 2, and we'll cut this back 2 or 3 on this one. And I should be able to bolt it all back together again. Hopefully. Keep that gasket from dehydrating too much. You need if it dries with tension on it, you're all right. But if it dries with no tension, it shrivels it all up. And so you can see how it's worn on a little bit, but not too bad. This one here definitely rubbing. Alright. The other two gears here, there's no rub marks at all on them. This doesn't surprise me because we didn't have it cleared. Okay, so this one here is where we need to cut down. So this is 37 and a half, 371. This one's 370. So see, it's a thou less, that's why it's not hitting as much. So we need to take probably 2 thou off. It's hitting hard with one. We need at least a thou clearance, so that'll give us 2. So if I cut down to 69, 68 and a half, something like that, it should get us pretty close. You know, you get over here on a tip, see it's one number. You measure over here, it's a whole other number. So you got to measure the caliper in the same spot each time, or get a mic. Mic's more accurate. I need a caliper. All right, so let's go back and grind these. Scooby, you're gonna have to live with me messing for a couple minutes. All right, we'll be back in a minute. Look at that dog down there. What was that? Did you hear that, Scooby? Yeah. Let's go. Come on, in back. Okay, we're gonna use our 12-inch surface grinder here. Scooby, you're in my way. Okay, measure it here again. Around 371 seems to be the magic number today. $370 and a half. These things are heat treated, so they don't grind very fast. Still 370 and a half. Warming up too. Start with here, 370, and this down to 368. 67.5 even. Alright. Clean off your calipers. Okay, we're going to clean these all off. We'll try it again. See what happens. Okay, back at it again here. The biggest thing was I ground the inside of the cavity out here. I did one spot on this small gear, and then over here on the big one where it had that big grind mark. Big mark over here, I ground in just a little bit there. I think that's where 90% of my drag was right on that. And these gasket is definitely thin too, because they had a brown gasket in this thing. So it's probably a little tight on that also. Okay, give me a key in here now. Take one of those little small half keys. There it is. I'm also going to drop down to a brown gasket on the cover. That's going to take a couple thou off of that one. That should help tighten it up too. Of course, that might induce another problem. I would never do two things at once. Not me. Goes. There goes the big stuff. 9:03, almost right on time. There's 4 big barges of fireworks, and one's right down the street here. They go all around the whole Bay Area for us. I'm on one side, there's one on the other side. There's 3 sides of us got fireworks around the bay over here. Scooby's going to be really, really happy here very shortly. Somewhere's a key in that damn thing. Spin the thing in circles, I can't find it. There it is. Get the gasket. It's still swelled up, so it went on. Big boomers. You doing all right, Scooby? Yeah, you dumbass. Doesn't go down there. There's a big one. Feels like an earthquake, you know it's a big one. Alright, oh, I missed one. There it is. Oh, that's the one that's all rounded. Spins, but it's close. Have to loosen up a little bit more. And the gaskets swell or shrink a little bit, and the pump will lock up. So it is working, but I can rotate it. It's not free spinning like it was. So. We're within a thou what we need. I don't know if it was up in here or it's down here. I think it's still down here. Just need to take off another thou. What are you doing down there, Scooby? Try to get enough marks on here. It'll mark it up so I can see what I got to grind. That's when it turns freely, you know you got a good one. So we're close. It has clearance, but then it needs another thou. It's that close. That's how close you can get these things set up. Alright, that's it for that. Let's work on that. Scooby's not happy down there. Let's go out and see if we can see anything. Usually can't see any fireworks out here. Nope. Oh, there you go. Some over there. Yep. We're just out of view. We only see the real high stuff. Yep. Oh, that's a big one down there. There you go. Way over there you can see them. The big boomers we see are red on that side and white on this side. Two different barges. It looks like fog out there. That's all the smoke from the fireworks. There you go. Oh well, Scooby's hanging out over here. How you doing, Scooby? Yeah, he'll be all right. We got to tend to Scooby for a little while. All right, Scooby's gone. Mama came and picked him up. Right after all the fireworks were done, they came by for him. So anyway, he's happy. He left. He's hiding in the back seat of the car. Alright, so I just took the pump apart, and I don't see any evidence of lack of in-play. But I do see more grinding evidence right there. So I have to do a little bit more on that. Over here, turn the light off, might see better. So right here, looks like it's not hitting. Right there, you can see where it took it off again, so it's high right there again. Over here, looks clean, and over here looks clean. So we don't have an in-play issue anymore. Now we just have a side play issue right there on the OD. And it looks like it's on a fairly large area. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll grind that a little bit more. And come back and try it one more time. So let's go back, get ready to go. This is the stone here that I was using. And I was just slightly hitting that inside, trying to hold it straight like this. So you can grind it. You're taking very, very little out. We only need to take out a thou or two. We're not taking out much material here. You don't want to make any more. You have to, because then it just loses oil pump pressure. We definitely don't want to lose oil pump pressure because we ain't got squat. The local fireworks are still going. The big ones are done, but still got the local kids playing. That's all we're going to do. So, there's white on it this time. I'm on white. So you can see I take out just a little bit of it. I don't know if that light helps or hurts you. Anyway, it's we just took out a little bit of it. Alright, we'll be back. I go clean it up now. Okay, I got the pump back in here. It's got a slight amount of drag, but it's working. I took it off twice. Didn't really see any hitting, but it's so close on everything. It doesn't take much to put a little drag. Now this is dry, there's no lubricant on anything, so I'll put a lube on there, it'll help it. But it's not exactly a free spin, but it's not exactly a heavy drag either. So anyway, it'll be good enough for what we need. Alright, let's see, I want to open up these fittings a little bit here. These have little dinky holes in there. I'm going to open these up a little bit. Put these ones over here too. One of these is a vent line, one is a feed line. This is probably the vent because it's cleaner. So the vent goes up there. This is probably a feed because it's dirty. And that's a return. So I need to take this one off. I'm going to go over and work on it in the lathe a little bit. Come on. Can't put a camera on a tripod. Pretty bad. Only spent, what, 2-3 hours dealing with the oil pump and Scooby. Just enough drag, you don't want to come off. There it goes. Alright, so we're going to go clean these up a little bit. Let's go see how much we're going to open these up. There's some key on the floor. There's a key on the floor somewhere. I hear it. Still don't see it. It's not a key. It's a chip. Drop it again. My foot found it. See, when you're in bare feet, you really find that stuff. Somewhere there's a key over here, but I haven't found it yet either. Of course, I'm not looking for it too much. It'll pop up when we don't need it, which we don't. We already replaced it. Okay, so we're going to have to figure out what size drill we're going to use. Go over here to the lathe and figure this out. Of course, there's not much in the drills. I like reamers. So use a reamer. First thing I do is figure out what size it has now. Here's to be 1/4 inch. Alright, so we're going to open it up a little bit. So I like to use the reamer as a manual to hold it straight and lathe. so that we can don't have to worry about wiggling all over the place. Finger out of the tripod will help. Okay, so we got to change out our tailstock here. To center out. Put a chuck in. Okay, so that's now held in straight. We'll just tighten up the chuck a little bit here. It should be going straight now. Close. Okay, we'll clean it up a little bit there. Probably reaming a little fast too. And we'll change the speed a little bit. There we go. Second gear. Okay, we're going to go up to 15th thou on the reamer size. See if we like that one. Okay. That's not even as big as that end. Probably go bigger if you wanted to. Nice safe number to use. Put a nice Venturi effect into there by putting a good healthy chamfer on it. Both sides. So I only went up one size, but there's the difference in flow. On this side, you can see the difference. So it didn't sound like it did very much, but it opens it up quite a bit. Percentage-wise, it's a pretty good increase. Now if I go up another 32nd bigger, another 64th bigger, it'll get that much bigger. So this is on the one side. So I have to decide if I want to go bigger or not. Next one up is this one. That pretty much cuts it out to what the chamfer is. So if I was doing a full race vehicle, I would do that. Because I wouldn't care if it broke down the road, I just fix it. But being on a street bike, you want to leave a little bit of safety margin because you want to brake while you're using it. And not know it. You run out of oil, and keep driving it. When you run out of oil on a racetrack, it doesn't matter because you don't ride it very far. By the time you stop, you'll find out it's bad. I never stop racing because I have no oil pressure. Screw that. No reason to stop. Clean up. Go ahead and open it up now. If I want to go a little bit less than 64 is big, which is 15 thou, I could always pull out the letter drills. Well, half of that. I'm going to open it up and open up all the way, not just a little. So no reason to do little half measures. This here's half enough for me. So there you go. Now it's like the other one. Big all the way through. That'll increase the oil pressure, I bet, by probably 3 to 5 pounds. Just doing that. They're a very restrictive oil system. If you do anything to make it flow more oil, it gets more oil pressure and volume. Alright, I'm going to clean those off. We'll be done.